Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a light on in here. Let's get a light. A light on my face. All right. I was gonna live stream this, but I decided I would just react to the recording. I was asleep all day, so this is the best you're getting out of me, and hopefully they don't mind me just giving a reaction. Hopefully. So, yeah, here we go. Game footage includes work in progress material and early builds. It's all subject to change. Everything's dancing. It would be funny if you could get every animal, every, friendly mob to.
Welcome to Minecraft Live 2024. We're coming to you from the home of Minecraft here at our office in Stockholm, Sweden. We've got a fun show for you with the latest and greatest things coming to the world of Minecraft. A brand new, never before seen game drop, inside info directly from our team, and a sneak peek into the wider world of Minecraft, including some exclusive insight into our upcoming movie. Everything we'll show you for vanilla Minecraft is coming very soon. In fact, you'll be playing it in the next few months. The community has always been at the heart of Minecraft. Your creativity and passion for 15 years and counting inspires us to create, both inside and outside of our games. Thinking back to those early days, even the official Minecraft game trailer was made by the community. When I first started playing
I didn't know this. I didn't know, like, the first thing was just the community at the time. Huh.
Minecraft in 2010, this wonderful community-made video was one of the first things I ever saw about the game. Whenever I rewatch it, I think back to my first moments playing and how this game has changed so many lives, including mine.
Get ready for me to pause a lot and react to things. My first encounter with Minecraft, or when I first became aware of it, was around the time Jacksepticeye started playing it. That was like 5 years ago. And I even go back and rewatch his videos. And honestly, I like when Minecraft was a smaller experience. It was more focused. The more they pile things on, the more it feels like they should have just made a sequel. And that's my opinion on that. I feel like we need to move on from this sort of. I I'm trying to figure out how this is sustainable to just constantly add new things to an existing game that's just going to be there for free, like on Java. I hate to give them ideas, but I'm surprised that they don't make you pay for the updates, new content. I'm surprised, especially on Java. Like I bought Java a ways back, and Java's all I play, even though I can play Bedrock. I don't play Bedrock because I'm not rolling in dough. I don't have a lot of money, and I'm not going to sit there and spend my hard-earned cash on stuff that I can get for free as a mod. And I know that doesn't sit well with them or the corporate overlords they have to deal with now at Microsoft, but I prefer games I can just buy day one outright. I don't like microtransactions and whatnot. And I'm a PC gamer at this point, so anyhow, continuing on.
Let's go to a place where everything is made of blocks, where the only limit is your imagination. Let's go wherever you want to go.
Classic
Climb the
Minecraft.
tallest mountains.
Beta.
Venture down to the darkest.
Again, I wasn't here for beta. I keep looking over here. Stop looking over there. Look over here. I wasn't there for beta. I have no nostalgia for beta. My nostalgia is from like 1.14, which is why every time I find mods that generate old types of landscape, I get frustrated that there's not one for 1.14. I love the way the world generated in 1.14, and I'm sad that the world doesn't generate like that anymore. Caves and cliffs, in my opinion, kind of ruin Minecraft, but not because it's caves and cliffs, but because of how caves and cliffs was approached, rather than just enhancing what was already there at that point as far as the world generation, rather than enhancing it and adding in things that, new places that would pop up, which I think they were trying early on. But instead of perfecting that, they literally had a guy sit and I can't remember his name. He reinvented the entire world generation. So seeds that I have, that if I generate a new world in modern Minecraft, will look nothing like they used to look. Nothing like they used to look. And this whole notion of making the world look realistic is frustrating too. Like when I say realistic, it's a block game. I know it's not going to be realistic, but I mean like the world generation having mountains that are proper mountains, I guess you would say. I don't care for proper. I like overhangs and floating objects and islands and just weird absurdities. Very video gamey stuff. And the video gamey stuff is not there in the world generation anymore. I find myself generating a world in old Minecraft and then updating the world to new Minecraft just so I can have new objects to work with, new things to work with. But anywhere that I spawn in and I like the location, I go to make a base there. I don't. I rarely ever find what I want in modern Minecraft. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. The world generation, I feel, has been ruined. Well, let's keep going.
Caves. Build anything you want. Day or night. Rain or shine. Because this is the most significant sandbox you'll ever set foot in. Build a majestic castle. Invent a new machine. Or take a ride on a roller coaster.
I feel like I've heard this voice before. By the way, there's something I wish that and Mojang or Mojang. I don't know if you're gonna see this video, but there's a mod that adds roofing tiles. Can you please add roofing tiles? Proper roofing tiles, slanted roof stuff. I don't want to have to keep using ladder or not ladders, but steps. I don't want to keep using steps to make roofs. Roofs? How do you say that? I don't want to. Yeah.
Play with friends. Build your own little community. Protect your...
God, that programmer art. Ugh. I wasn't around for classic Minecraft, but going back and looking at it, I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people have nostalgia for it, but I'm not a fan at all. It looks pretty bad. I'm glad they hired actual pixel artists. Jeez Louise.
Yourself with the strongest armor that you can craft. And fight off the dangers of the night. No one can tell you what you can or cannot do. With no rules to follow.
Ooh, that's the one right there. No one who can tell you what you can and cannot do and no rules to follow. There's rules now. Like, if you're playing this game with other people, if you say just the wrong thing, you will get your account suspended. It doesn't matter what they paid you. They won't even refund your money. They will shut you down. And I think that's ridiculous. I feel like you got to stay. That's why I don't use servers. That's partly it's monetary reasons. But the other reason for me not using servers and just using Essential is they can't really monitor what's going on my computer. So me and whoever I play with, they don't know. It's like it's none of their business unless I'm live streaming it and they get wind of something being talked about. And I usually use voice. I don't use text. Then yeah, I feel like it's none of their business what somebody does in their own world and their own server. It's none of their damn business. All right, none of their damn business. That's the way I look at it, Mojang. It's not any of your business. The discussions I have with friends is not your business. It's not. That's why I use voice and I don't use the. I don't like doing anyway. Anyhow, moving on.
This adventure, it's up to you.
That is a low quality video if ever I saw.
That trailer really brings back memories. We come so far and yet Minecraft is still the same game we all love. We have...
No, it's not. I'm sorry, Jens, it's not. It is not the same game we all love. A lot of people don't feel this way. A lot of people really despise the direction that you've gone in with the games. A lot of the content that has been added over time. A lot of the changes, like myself, the changes to the world generation are so frustrating. Like, I wish there was a tab where you could select the kind of world generation you get when you make a world. Do I want something along the lines of 1.14? do I want a world generation that it'll include everything modern Minecraft has? But what if I want beta world generation? You know, the way it was built and everything. Like there should be just a tab where you just click that. That way you can still get the new trees and whatnot and the new woods and all that, the new materials to work with. But the world generation is closer to a version I started with. I feel like that's where it's at. And they need to add a feature. I don't know how much work that would be. I'm not a programmer, but that would be a wonderful addition to Minecraft. Just being able to choose what sort of world generation you want for your seeds just by ticking a box. You know, they already have some options for like large biomes and regular. But what if they added in more to it than that? I mean, that would be great. Just to have old world generations as options.
I now celebrated Minecraft's 50-year anniversary, and it's been an incredible year. A few highlights are the Tricky Trials update, Market-based Summit
I can't say I care about Tricky Trials. I haven't really bothered.
I started working on Minecraft and Minecraft-related projects
If you find a trial chamber...
At first, I was coding back when modding had a small apartment-turned office here in Stockholm.
Did you just say moding? So is it modang? Is that the pronunciation? Or is that just his accent? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just very curious. I think a lot of people want to know how to pronounce the name of the company.
Now I'm Motang's Chief Creative Officer, and I try my best to help all our teams to create the greatest Minecraft experience.
Yeah, because what's his name left?
The world of Minecraft is still growing in many ways, and you might wonder how it's possible for us to explore so many stories and interpretations of the universe. The truth is that you, our community, have been doing this since the beginning. Every player has their own story to tell and their own take on what Minecraft is. We take inspiration from that creativity when we explore new things. Minecraft Dungeons told the story of the Arch Illager, and Minecraft Legends went back in time and let you lead mobs into battle with a piglin invasion. Today you'll hear about some of the upcoming ways we're telling stories beyond our games, and exploring more interpretations of what Minecraft can be. Soon we'll get to see the world of Minecraft brought to life on the big screen, thanks to our upcoming film, A Minecraft.
Yeah, that's not going well with a lot of people. Personally, I don't mind. It's fine. It doesn't bug me. I like Jack Black. The visuals are fine to me. You know, it's what I expected. I honestly went into the trailer expecting those exact visuals, and I got exactly what I expected. But I know a lot of people are very irked, and they're very perturbed. So, yeah.
Movie. I had the opportunity to travel all the way to New Zealand and finally see the production firsthand. It's one example of how Minecraft is growing in entertainment, but at the heart of it all is still the game. The teams working on Minecraft are ambitious and want to create the best tools and technologies that will help us and creators to make more Minecraft stories. The core vanilla gameplay team did a tremendous job with Tricky Trials. Now we're planning to have a change of pace in terms of releasing new features. Earlier this year, they released the Armored Pause Drop, which included Armadillo and new Wolf variants.
Yeah, I love that.
Is to continue to drop more feature nuggets.
I haven't used it, but I will
These more
eventually.
regular updates will replace the yearly summer update that you might be used to. This will also allow us to consider long-term improvements to ensure we can build Minecraft for the long run. When we expand into new areas, our primary creative principle is that it starts with vanilla. Because, just as the trailer you saw, that is what brought us here, and it's still our favorite game for 50 years and counting.
Beta?
You can rely on us. That our
They said vanilla, but I think they mean beta.
dedication will last another 15 and more.
I might be wrong. Sorry about the echo. I'm not using headphones.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are
Ah, Agnes. I love Agnes. She's such a sweetheart.
And today we are excited
She's such
to
an
show you
awesome
two
sweetheart.
projects we have been working on. And both of them will release within the next few months.
Really?
Later in the show, we will, for the first time, show you a completely new drop that adds a new biome with its own unique mood. But before that, we would love to start with our next drop. It's a combination of two things many of you have been wishing for. It's hardcore mode in Bedrock and bundles. and we call it Bundles of Bravery. And we have two amazing clever team members.
Sure, okay. Sometimes I question the namings they go with, but okay. It's whatever. It's what it is, not what it's called.
Is your traditional Minecraft experience, except with one life to live.
Ugh, I don't like that. Oh
Playing
no.
hardcore mode brings back that feeling of the first time that you play Minecraft.
Does it really though?
Because everything is new, everything is dangerous, but now your entire playthrough, everything is dangerous all the time. And that adds to the level of excitement that you have for everything that you do. Everything is new, everything is scarier, because you can't afford to make any of those mistakes in Java and in Bedrock. A very different menu experience for getting into hardcore mode. So in Bedrock, we have this nice little toggle that you flip that says, I want to play this in hardcore mode. But my favorite part is that in the corner where you have your little image of your world that you're about to join, a little outline appears, and then the hardcore heart like starts to pulse there. So you really know that you're going to have a
He's
very
talking
different
Bedrock. He's not really
experience in
talking
front of you.
Java.
When you've been playing Minecraft for a long time, you get into a routine, and you do things on the regular that are just very normal for you. When you play hardcore mode, you have to break that routine and create an entirely new way to play that is maybe a little bit more risk averse.
Yeah, I don't. You know what I wish they would add to hardcore mode? Here's an idea for you, Mo Yang. One-ups. Like any other game back in the day. Like being able to just randomly find, maybe from an enemy drop, like a one-up and have a lives meter other than your health. No, like that would be cool. Like, oh hey, I died. I lost a life. There's a counter. You could add a counter up in the corners. Just there's your lives. God, that would be awesome for hardcore mode. That would make me want to play it a little more. Like you only get so many tries, and if you can't find another extra life, game over. Like I feel like so it's like hardcore, but not quite. But it's not easy. It's not regular survival. Somewhere in between. Why don't they add that? God, that would be awesome. That would be really awesome to just get extra. Wait, isn't there? No, there is something like that, isn't there? Isn't there? It's like a little totem thing or something, right? Yeah, and if you have one or if it's used or whatever and you die, you you survive, you spawn back at the thing, right? But what if that was like instead of one little object, what if it was something you just grab like a one up mushroom from the Mario games? You just you saw it, you walked up to it, you grabbed it, it gave you a one up. You had a counter for what I don't know. I something about that sounds really cool to me. I think that would be a great idea. They'll probably never do it. I think that would be a great idea.
Unless you want to play very often, very short bursts. But your experience is always going to be unique and very different because that one life to live changes the entire way that you play.
I don't like the world generation nowadays.
We're super excited for you to try hardcore mode, and maybe you'll feel a little safer if you're able to bring those extra items with you in the new bundles.
This is Matthew, take one.
We added bundles to help people pack more into their inventory. So in old versions of Minecraft, if you were digging a tunnel, you might end up with 64 blocks of cobblestone and it fits into one inventory slot. Today, if you dig that same tunnel, you're going to get a lot of different blocks. Even if it's only 64 blocks in total, they're going to take a lot of inventory slots because they don't stack together. A bundle lets you pack those items together.
Yeah, so like you can, it's a total, I think it's still a total of 64 items, but it's a total of 64 different types of items. So it's not all the same item, and the bundle kind of alleviates that a bit. That's what I'm getting from this. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Reclaim that space and have an inventory that feels like it did back in the early days of.
so I I don't know what to think about what they're doing here. I'm sorry, I got interrupted. That's why there's like a weird change in the recording. But yeah, like I think the bundles are great. A lot of things that they do are great. I think my biggest complaint is world generation, which is partly why I brought in my old seeds to the latest Minecraft because I love I love a lot of the new stuff they do, but the world generation it's a sore spot for me.
Minecraft. When we first came up with the idea for the bundle, we wanted to make sure it was actually going to be useful. So we watched a whole lot of streams of players playing survival Minecraft. We waited until they opened their inventory and then we took a screenshot. Then we went through all these screenshots and we said, what could this player do if they had a bundle? What we found is that most people would be able to free up 8 inventory slots or more, which gave them a lot of room to carry more of anything they wanted.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're out roaming in the world,
of using a bundle is that you can go out for longer. If you're going out on your first adventure, you can pack things into a bundle and have a lot more space in your inventory before it fills up and you have to come home again. There are a lot of creative ways to use bundles as well. You could create a gift for your friend, dye a bundle in their favorite color and give it to them with their favorite items inside.
that's
Bundles
actually a
are
great
also
idea.
interesting role-play
I love
items,
this.
or could be used in storytelling. The idea of having a little bag is just kind of inherently cute and fun.
That's true. A gift.
Breaking news! We interrupt this Minecraft live broadcast for a special report. There's been a monster sighting. Here's villager number 9. Thanks number 5. Villager number 15 here says there's a monstrous creature right there in those woods.
I'm sorry, but the way they sound in the game does not match with the way they talk in these videos. Because the way I look at it, they should sound like Squidward. Because they literally sound like Squidward, so when they talk, it should sound like Squidward. Oy. Like, if this is how they're going to talk in the video, maybe we should make the noises they make sound more like this. More like, ooh, instead of, because, sounds like Squidward. Like, they need to fix that. They look like Squidward. Look at the frickin' nose. What were they thinking at Mojang?
So, number 15, have you ever lied on the news before? What? I'm not lying. I was with my group and the monster. We got all of them. They're all gone. Maybe they just don't like you. You know, because of all the lies. That's ridiculous. All right, to put an end to these clear fabrications, we're gonna go into the spooky forest and prove there's no monster. All right, let's go.
Oh, you're heading into the woods.
Oh, no.
Very well. But I must warn you, those who enter there never return here.
What? Why not?
Oh, no, this is just the entrance, darling. The exit's over there.
Oh, brother. Oh, my
All
God.
right, come on. Everybody keep their eyes peeled for monsters. Of course, we know there's no such thing. We're not zombies, skeletons.
Those are monsters. That's what I'm saying.
All right, what did it look like? I couldn't see it clearly. It was behind a tree. Convenient. Hey, wait. Does anyone feel like we're being watched? I hope so. We need the rating.
Oh, my God.
Did anybody hear that? Hey, what? The creaking. I'd say it was more of a crunching. Hey, wait. Listen to number 31. Is that XP? Ah! The monster daughter!
It could be anybody.
Village number 31, help me. I'm being attacked by a monster. It's circumstantial at best. Let's move on.
Really?
That does make sense. Alright, well, I'm convinced.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. So there's something I love about these little videos that it can't be, I don't think it can be done in Minecraft, Bedrock, nor Java. It's the way they soft corner everything, so it's not a perfectly sharp corner. There's like a smoothness to the angles and the points and everything. Like I don't know how to explain it.
I thought he said there were monsters. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the shading.
For a while, but we haven't seen any
Yeah, no, see, look very closely. The corners aren't sharp like in the game. There's like a smoothness to the corners of everything. I really wish that's how it was in the game. I love that.
Make our way back. Which way was that again? Oh no, we're lost! No! Does anyone know the way back? Villager number 47 will know. He's a cartographer. Let's villager number 47.
Their arms are always together like this. They're holding things now with their arms like this. Are we spending this entire showcase on a cartoon?
boasted that there are no months on Overlord. The cameraman and I are going to run away now for unrelated reasons. Hey, what's behind that tree? Oh no, Village number 9! Village number 9, are you there? Is anybody there? I guess we'll never know what caused this tragic chain of events. But
Their
it definitely
noses
wasn't a
act
monster.
like not a
Anyway,
nose.
sorry for interrupting the show. Now back to Minecraft Live! Village News.
I have no idea what to think.
It's been a long time since I first announced our
Vu
Minecraft.
Booey, media
We've taken
director.
our time to assemble an incredible team.
It is so surreal hearing him talk in a normal, calm voice and not real excited like this. The way he usually talks in that little stupid characterized voice. Oh my god. It's so weird hearing him speak like a normal human being.
And to create an original, fun-filled take on the Minecraft universe.
Wow.
From us at Mojang, our partners at Warner Brothers and Legendary, our talented director Jared Hess, and some amazing...
I used to have teeth like that before they got removed. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm noticing that. He has teeth like I used to have when I had teeth. Eventually, I lost my teeth. Or not lost, I had them
We're bringing
removed
Minecraft to the big
surgically
screen in a way
because of
we've
health
never
reasons.
seen before. All with the goal of authentically capturing the spirit of Minecraft by working with people who play, love, and care about the game as much as you do. Let's hear from some fellow Minecrafters and take a closer look at how we made this film.
Let's do it. And action.
People are not happy with this.
Entertainment for Mojang. I'm Jared Hess, the director of a Minecraft movie. We're super excited to share some exclusive information about how we made this movie and to be able to celebrate that fun, amazing, creative spirit that is Minecraft.
They have their work cut out for them because the community at large is not happy. And I think they're trying to damage control by having this whole segment and everything. It feels like damage control. Again, I don't care what they did with it, and the movie is for kids. It's not really for longtime Minecraft users, or, players. It's more for the younger audience. But yeah, some things I will say make no sense in the movie. How did he get the 2 buckets with the chain between them by just those few things that make no sense? I'm just
like
yeah.
a dream come true. We first started talking about making a movie over a decade ago. We really wanted to honor the world. And then spending like 3 months in New Zealand on set, we really enjoyed the journey. We thought
Like, I like the visuals of the movie. In fact, I wish the game looked like the movie. But I think it's just the whole thing with Jack Black going, I am Steve. It's just so stupid. Like, why? Ugh.
a lot about what kind of movie to do. And we chose live action because it's not something that's been seen before on
It's not completely live action, though. You got a lot of animated shit in there.
this scale. Creators have made such
In fact, it's an animated movie with live action people walking around in it. That's what you're making. You're not making a live action movie. You're making something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but in reverse, where it's not the real world with cartoons running around. It's real people running around inside a cartoon world. That's what you're making here. That's what you've made. It's not really live action. That's a misnomer a bit. That's wrong. It's pretty boss.
amazing stories and short films. And
Again,
content
it's not
on
bothering
the
me. I'll
animation
probably
space,
watch the
and it was
movie.
like, this is the chance for us doing a film to do something different. And also kind of wishful thinking, because I always wondered, it's like, what would happen inside the Minecraft world? It's like, how would I survive, and would I survive at all? The idea of
You would survive with other people, and that's what they're trying to point out. I feel like Minecraft as a game should be a multiplayer game. But the way Java is set up, unless you have a server or figure out how to use special mods, you're not playing multiplayer very easily. Uh, unless it's Bedrock. I don't care for Bedrock, so yeah, I don't know.
Of being human beings that are actually going into this cubic dimension of the overworld and how those characters are engaging in that space. And it just seemed like so much fun. And everything is cubic. Like everything is blocks. We had just
I know, but they're not sharp. They're very detailed and pretty.
Artists, you know, our production designer Grant Major, he was the production designer for the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. We also are working
What?
with Weta, and they all have
Really?
their own personal relationship with the game.
How'd they get that guy to do Minecraft? That's weird.
Just really pop.
Yeah, he should. I'm not sorry when I say Jack Black should have shaved a little for this. Like, keep like a short beard, a 5 o'clock shadow, maybe, or maybe just a little more than a 5 o'clock shadow. Hell, I probably would have made a better Steve. Actually, no, I would make a good villager. Look at me. I'd make a good villager. I'm too ugly to be anything else.
Just like every Minecrafter, every player, they bring their own original story to what they're doing. It's very intentional that this movie is called a Minecraft movie as opposed to the Minecraft movie. We have an ensemble of characters, these unlikely misfits that
A Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie.
And we experience a lot of that through one of our characters named Henry, who's a young man going through a tough time in his life, and he literally has to create to survive.
You know, I saw him on the page and I was like reading the script, like, oh wait, he's like, you know, a young kid hanging in his room, like building and making stuff. But that's what he is. He's like a maker and he's a creator. Such a big part of Minecraft has been the creator community and modding. So
I bet that's not gonna sit well. That he's like a focus.
basically the modder, the person who takes the vanilla game and tweaks it and adjusts it, and then it
Oh,
turns
yeah,
it into a
that's
Minecraft
true.
build. And we meet Steve, and Steve knows everything about vanilla Minecraft. We've always said that Steve isn't really a character. Like, Steve is what you make him, right? And we've all embodied Steve and been Steve and done different things. So our Steve in this movie is Jack Black.
He's such a huge fan of the game. After a long day of shooting, he was up until the wee hours of the night playing. It was so funny because he would show you, oh, dude, Esmo, dude, we gotta try this thing, dude. You know, some build that he did or something gnarly that happened to him. He just loves the idea that he's able to bring his version of Steve to life.
Play from the top one more time. If you're doing a prep team or super fun, when the game came out, there wasn't even like, there wasn't a recipe book, and people were like, wait, what happens if I put these things like that? Like Garrett's character and these new characters come into the world, they don't know the recipes, they don't know what to do.
The Jason
We're missing a character, actually. I thought Jason was that other character at first because of the long hair. But does anybody remember the other character? It's not just Steve, isn't it? Like Steve and the others, I think, is a girl. That's the other thing. I think they're a girl because of their hair coming down. Steve and I can't remember. Is it Chris? Is it? I can't remember if it's Chris or what. Steve and I don't know. But that character, the other character, isn't here. It's just Steve and then these other characters, which is odd to me.
Malloy character, Garrett, is a guy that was like a world championship video gamer in the late 1980s, and he kind of peaked then, but he's still stuck in the past. He's got a little bit of arrested development. He's holding on to that former glory.
We're going to show you a short scene that shows Henry and Garrett and Steve. Steve is kind of demonstrating his skills, and then Garrett tries to demonstrate his skills.
Yeah, and Garrett's the noob.
This is a crafting table. Here's how it works. You place these elements in different patterns and
I gotta say something real quick. Why don't we have to have a hammer in Minecraft to do this? Like, that's a great idea, in my opinion. Like, okay, the first thing you have to make is a hammer. Actually, I think you do that actually in another game. What is it? In Valheim, actually. In Valheim, you have to have a. It seems like they played Valheim too to get the idea for the hammer. But yeah, in Valheim, you have to have a hammer. You can make the hammer yourself out of like wood and stone, right? And then the hammer is used with it to make a crafting table, which then is used with the crafting table to do other things. It feels like they took ideas from Valheim for this.
You got yourself a sweet blade. You want to see a blade? I'll show you a blade.
Oh god. No, you won't.
Hammer.
You can't just. What the? Oh,
That's okay, bud. But
that explains why he made something that made no sense. Because he literally just threw random crap on the table. That makes more sense. See, and when you show a trailer out of context, people are going to be pretty irked, but that makes sense. The dude threw random crap on a table. That's why he got stuff that doesn't make any sense. That you're like, what is that?
cut your useful here.
When we were designing crafting and talking about what should it look like, we basically started at the crafting table itself. We looked at the crafting table, we looked at the in-game texture, and it has this like super pixelated picture of like a hammer and a saw there and a
Oh, that's where they got the idea. They just manifested into something more physical. I still feel like it could be great in Minecraft if you had a hammer. Just make a hammer, use the hammer for things.
The real world crafting table, so we got this hammer and we figured we honor the 3x3 grid perfectly and thought it would be cool and kind of fun and gratifying just to give it a massive whack and then have things up here. Remember when we were trying to figure out the size of the block that you break itself? But when Steve holds a block, it's like this big, and there we actually found out that going
Well, they are
1 meter
blurring
by
out some
1
stuff
meter, which
here.
is like 3 feet by 3 feet, is actually too big. So we scaled it down, and it scales like 60 centimeters cubed, which is 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet.
It's odd that my microphone is picking up more than the desktop from the audio. It's like the line on the mix on the audio mixer on OBS.
And then in the background and maybe in the foreground, we sometimes scaled it down a little bit, but we would always honor powers of 2 because we're programmers and we like powers of 2.
We had to honor what you experience in the game, but also make it work for human scale for our different characters that are manipulating the environment and the world and throwing blocks, and make it be practical for that, but still feel natural and organic to what people experience in the game and feel authentic in that way. This has been so much fun talking about the movie, everything that's gone into making it, all of the ideas, the point of view, and we cannot wait to share this movie with the world.
Yeah, super excited.
See you in the overworld.
Yep.
The filmmakers are still hard at work on a Minecraft movie and collaborating closely with us at Mojang, as well as listening to the community to continue to shape and craft the film in a way that's fresh and new, but still authentic to the spirit of the game. Look for more exciting updates soon.
It's like it makes more sense when it's not out of context. We now know he threw random crap on the table and made something. And that's why it made no sense.
Do you want to adventure through Minecraft biomes in real life? You may have your chance with Minecraft
I'm
Experience
wondering what he made.
Villager
It looked like
Rescue.
2 buckets with
Our first
chains.
real-world immersive experience where you'll get to journey through a Minecraft adventure in real life. Let's take a behind-the-scenes look before it debuts in Dallas this October and spawning in cities near you in the future.
Olivier, prise 2.
Premise of Minecraft Experience. First thing is authenticity. Our goal is to make sure that it is truly authentic for all of you folks. The second thing is defining a new lens from which you can interact with the game, with the IP, with the brands.
I really, really wish VR was more prevalent with the Minecraft universe. That would be great. I need to get a VR headset. I just can't find one I can afford. Like, they're expensive, man. Man, I want to make a video and just kind of reach out and ask if anybody's got a used headset they want to part with. for a decent price. Every time I go on the Facebook Marketplace, nobody wants to, you know, like mail mail it off, like send it through the postal service. They want you to come to the door to get a VR headset.
This is a story of a village attacked by zombies, and it's your quest to go out and save them. We have 17-foot projection walls that we can interact with throughout, which allows us to do things like fight our mobs, chop down trees, collect those resources, everything that you do in the game, only this time you've stepped inside it.
I feel like Minecraft is the game Nintendo wished they came up with. And I feel like Nintendo's trying to play catch up using Zelda. Because they keep slowly including crafting things in Zelda. Slowly over time. I am of the opinion that they're pretty upset that they didn't come up with Minecraft. I'm of that opinion that they didn't come up with a Minecraft. Miyamoto at one point even said he had that idea for something like this before. But yet they didn't think it translated into a game. And this is what happens when you don't experiment and try things. You know, I get the feeling in the future Zelda is going to have the ability to... In fact, this is a great idea, Nintendo. You need to make a Zelda game where there isn't really much of a world, and to where you can have a randomly generated world that has the dungeons you have to go to at random spots. It's already an open world game. And then being able to build a base wherever you want the base to be, multiple bases, maybe even build a village and whatnot and populate it and whatnot. Didn't they do that in Dragon Quest Builders, though? Yeah.
This is an experience where you're going to see, feel, and hear what it's like to be in Minecraft.
I honestly don't
World
care.
premiere is in Dallas-Fort Worth, and then we'll see where we go. Head to the website and tell us where you want to see the Minecraft experience.
Dallas-Fort Worth. See, that's in my state. That's up north, but it's still too far.
And now it's time to reveal our completely new
Texas is a huge state, people.
drop, releasing in a few months. The team has been really excited about the idea of adding a new biome, and we created one with its own unique mood and identity.
Huh.
During daytime, it's quiet, like almost serene in the new Pale Garden.
Pale Garden. Ooh.
When you might feel calm walking around in this forest, there's also an eerie mood. Something isn't quite right. Then, when darkness falls, you indeed feel another side of this place. Like the hanging moss shifts from being pretty to really spooky, and you realize that you're not alone. There's something lurking in the shadows.
They clearly want to do more scary mobs. Like, they made the warden. He's pretty terrifying, I will admit. And I feel like that's what they're wanting to do, is just add more scary things.
So everything about this biome feels unfamiliar, and this is by design. We want you to feel a bit curious and scared. Like, what is this place? Why is it so different from everything else?
There's a mod I use called Biomes of Plenty. Alright? I'm sorry I keep pausing. What should have been only 30-minute video is going to be a bit longer, but Biomes of Plenty actually includes a forest that is dark and kind of creepy. And there's these flowers that if you step over them, you get hurt. Like, it's a biome that I wish was official. I wish it wasn't part of Biomes of Plenty. Which reminds me, after this, they're going to have to update Biomes of Plenty to mesh well with whatever this is. I really wish they would add another world to go to, though. Like, I don't know. I had this idea for a deep sea world. And what do I mean by that? Well, you could be exploring the ocean and all of a sudden go into a portal, right? And then the next thing you know, you're in a more deep aquatic, like a complete realm of water that has these large mobs that are terrifying and whatnot. I know that sounds crazy, and I don't know how well that would work over. I know, and you know where I'm getting the idea from, Subnautica. Like, just imagine going out into the ocean, not a biome. I'm not asking for a biome. I'm literally asking for these underwater portals that if you dive into them, you end up in a world that's nothing but water. And while you're there, I don't know. I just think that would be cool. Just like it's its own world, but it's meant to feel like you went through the ocean to get to it, to just get to this world that's completely submerged with more things to visit. I don't know. It's just an idea I like.
What we needed for the biome is to have like a low visibility, and we've created the pale hanging moss for this. This really inhibits like how much you can see and how far you can see. But
I feel like the treetops should meld together. If they could make the treetops meld together more to block out the light more, that would make it even creepier.
you can still walk through it. So you're traversing through the forest and you're like trying to find everything, but you don't know what will be behind the hanging moss.
Yeah, it gives you kind of a strange feeling when you enter. It's
Hanging
unnaturally
moss,
quiet,
and it does nothing
a
except
feeling of something
give a
weird
visual
is going
flair.
on
That's
here.
it. It doesn't do anything. Just hanging there to grab and decorate with, I guess. I feel like it should have more.
I really like the ambiance of the new biome. It invokes really those eerie and spooky feelings.
Yes, eerie indeed. And turns out there actually is something lurking in the shadows.
There
The
should be-
creaking.
They need more. Whoa. Okay. He's like a Trent. I think they're wait. Are they called Trents? I can't remember what they're called. They're like tree creatures that are in like fantasy games and whatnot.
It's our first tree-like creature, and it's almost like it's camouflaging in the pale garden. And when it's dark at night, it's kind of hard to see it except those like elusive eyes.
Yeah, and it also interacts with those trees, which is super fun.
Yeah, there's a special new block that it has a connection to.
When you approach the creaking, you can actually realize that it doesn't take any damage, and when you try to hit it, it points you somewhere in the canopies. That's where basically the creaking heart is, and that's what controls the mob.
So you don't attack
One of the main themes of the
mob.
Pale Garden and its inhabitants is that there's a lot of contrast from the rest of the world. So when we made the creaking, we also wanted it to feel unfamiliar and different from other mobs, which is why we made it more asymmetric, to really go on this point of like being different from everything else.
Oh, that's
the creaking
creepy.
doesn't exist on its own. It's more of like a puppet of the new block, the creaking heart.
So the creaking heart and its creaking puppet really comes with a new combat challenge or combat mechanic, both in the way that you need to destroy the heart block to actually kill
that's
the
cool.
creaking, and also of course that the creaking only moves when you look away.
So don't blink.
Oh, don't blink. Doctor Who. The creaking is like the angels, the weeping angels. They're kind of like those, or like Boo from Super Mario. The Boos are like that. Like you turn your back and they give chase. You face them and they're brave, I guess. Oh, that's good. I like this.
I really like the sandboxiness of the creaking heart. So if I use Silk Touch, you obtain it and then you can place it anywhere you want in the Minecraft world. So if you want to be as evil as the creaking heart itself, you can place it and make your friends really terrified.
Oh.
To embrace the quietness of Minecraft, we added ambient sounds for this biome that only plays during the night, that comes from the blocks that surrounds you, that will make an even more creepier experience.
I feel like they've been looking at horror mods that people make, and they're like, oh, let's do this. That's what it feels like they've done. I'm sorry for interrupting constantly, but I like giving my 2 cents and ideas on things. I feel like doing that. I have to. Like, this is YouTube. It has to be transformative. You can't just watch it. That doesn't make any sense. I may as well just be re-uploading a video at that point, which is against terms of service. So I have to do this. I have to make it transformative. Sorry.
Experience for the player.
Not sorry.
And to do that, you need to play with the silence
I
and
hope
the
it's not
contrast of
just
the
these
silence and the sounds.
mobs.
So to make creaking, I gathered a lot of creaky stuff that will make creaky sounds.
Ooh, I don't like
Obviously,
that.
the biggest
I don't like that
thing
at
would be
all.
to gather
I'm gonna want
wood
to.
and twigs.
I'm gonna need to play with somebody. I'm gonna have to play this game with somebody. I'm not gonna be playing this alone and go into one of these biomes. I'm gonna need somebody with me. Ty, if we venture in, if I go to this biome, I'm gonna need you with me. There's no way in hell I'm going to this biome by myself. Holy crap.
Twigs and stuff like that, dead leaves to get rustling and creaking. But I also recorded salty sticks, the Swedish snack. I think it's Swedish. And one of the biggest part actually of the sound is my table creaking, dragging against the floor, and also a chair. I also recorded teeth. It sounds...
I thought there was a dude that did all the sound effects, and so she's doing the sound effects now? Or maybe it was him. I don't know.
Bit like
I wasn't paying
bowls,
attention to the
maybe,
tags
when
at the
the
bottom.
mob is walking, so it's...
What do you mean by teeth? Oh, okay. So we wanted to make the biome very gray to give this very eerie feeling, right? And with these gray tones, a very fitting new wood set was going to be a white colored wood set. And this is something that players have wanted for a long time.
So, is he the only new
Yeah,
mod?
I'm super
I was
excited
under the
for
impression there
the
were
pale
two
oak
new
wood set,
mods.
especially that in a lot of places people paint their fences white, for example, for a white picket fence, and that will be exciting for a lot of players to actually represent themselves.
And then we also have like the hanging moss, and you can bone wheel it, so it's renewable. So I think like just bringing it as well, and maybe put it in a greenhouse where things hang from the roof, or like a wild garden, something
She
like
likes
that
the
would be really
creative
fun
stuff.
to build with it, I think.
Yeah, and it's also a really unique carpet moss because it also spreads all over the sides of the blocks, so, and that also looks really great.
We look for a lot of inspiration, so we've looked at...
Here's my complaint about carpets in this game. You can't sit a bed in the carpet. Like, I feel like the carpet should just be something that doesn't interact with objects. So, like, beds and some, beds. Like, when I put my bed down, I should be able to just sit it there and it just kind of phases through it. And when you walk on it, you just kind of walk through it. You don't pop up. Carpets and whatnot annoy me in Minecraft. It makes building things difficult. I'm surprised they haven't done anything about that. Like, it's a minor annoyance, but I wish they'd do something.
All these kind of different forests all over the world. A tree that stood out was like the willow tree, like because it's very hanging. There's a lot of like drapery, and it feels very eerie. Then we looked at like
willow trees are not very eerie. Willow trees are some of the most beautiful and I want to say soulful looking trees. Like, there's nothing scary to me about a willow tree, but I'm in the South. I'm from Texas, and there are some willow trees out this way, especially when you get in the more soggy parts of Texas, So, them getting inspiration from a willow tree for a horror-themed biome is kind of weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Spanish moss. This was like
That
inspiration for
there,
the
right
pale
there.
hanging
That
moss
makes
that
more
we've used in the
sense.
biome eventually, because this gives this like drapey feeling without being willow trees, and it was a little bit more versatile and flexible to use in the biome, and could also be used as like building blocks.
Again, I'm glad they got actual.
We are super excited to see what you do with these new features and the new game drop.
We want to create connections between features because the Minecraft world is an ecosystem and we really want it to feel like that. And the creaking heart and its puppets creaking, it really has a new way of creating this kind of connection. So it's gonna be really fun to see you all experiencing it. And it's actually coming to Snapshots, previews and betas very soon. So soon you can all try it out.
Villager number 9 here! Sorry for interrupting again, but villager number 15 and I have just escaped from the spooky forest. And I'd just like to state, like I said earlier, that I was right. There is in fact a monster in the woods that looks like wood and sounds like wood. What? That's a lie! You didn't believe that at all! Many didn't believe me. But in my heroic foray into the spooky forest, I, villager number 9, single-handedly discovered the creature that I shall now name the Crunching. It's called a creaking. It literally just said its name. Maybe I should go into monster hunting. I'm clearly very good at it. Villager number 9, Monster Hunter. It's got a nice ring to it. Well, sorry to interrupt the show again. Now back to Minecraft.
Stick around with us for the first ever playthrough of the Pale Garden in our after show, starting in just a few moments. Our developers will take us on a deeper dive through the new game drop as we bravely explore this new biome together. These new game drops can be played in betas and snapshots soon and will release to everyone in the next few months. We hope you're as excited as us about everything happening in the world of Minecraft. Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, a huge thank you.
Oh, that's it? I was sure there was another mob. All right. What did I think about this? It's cool. I feel like there could have been a little, like, I felt like there could have been another mob. I feel like there could have been something else. I mean, this is a cool mob. This is like, here's my thing. I hate that they tell you how to defeat it. Let players figure it out. People are gonna watch this. They don't need to know how to defeat it. Let them figure it out. Like, that's the fun. Like, when it comes to any video game, the fun comes from figuring things out. All right, that's where my fun comes from. Anyways, the fact that they told me how to do this is pretty frustrating. I don't need to be told how to deal with the monster. Let me kind of figure it out over time. And anybody who wants to, cheat and figure out how to fight them can just look up something online. Don't tell them in the video. Like, if they had left that information out, it would have been so much more mysterious and cool. They could have just hinted there's a block somewhere that you have to deal with. Just leave it at that. But they went into too much detail, in my opinion. That was too much detail. That makes it not as fun. Yeah. And I do look like a villager. Look at me. Of course, their nose hangs in front of their mouth, but yeah. Also, did anybody else notice when they move their heads around, the nose just kind of dangles around like it's not their nose? Like it's just kind of sitting on their nose, whatever that thing is? That's funny. I just thought that was funny. Anyhow, this has been the Goof. Wow, I didn't mean for this to be such a long video, but here we are. All right, I'm out. Looking forward to it. Ty, we're up, man. In a few months, anyways.